It's going.
What's going on, guys? Bradley Martin here, and we're using a small camera today, but that's okay.
It's a good camera though.
We're in good company as well. See, as you can see, I'm the dumbass.
Who made that?
Dom made that. Mark Bell over here. Bunch of dope people on the wall. Anyways, what I want to talk about today is something so damn important, and something like I wish someone told me. I wish I knew this, like sincerely. And it's an interesting thing because a lot of you guys have goals. A lot of you guys have things. Obviously, all you guys. Let's just call it what it is. Every single person watching this, you have a goal. You have something you want to achieve in your life. You have not just something you want to achieve, but you have roadblocks. You're gonna have heartaches. You're gonna have things that are gonna fuck you up. You're gonna have things that are gonna throw you off. Things that are gonna mess you up. And I wish that I knew more of what I'm about to tell you as I was like on my way up or towards my goals, right? I wish that I was better at checking myself. And what do I mean by checking myself? At figuring out like not only what's on like the front of my mind, my focus, like, oh, I'm going to the gym today and I'm working out, but what's also on the back of my mind and my subconscious, things that are like the underlying things, the things that you may have thought about last week or affected you last week, and it's still kind of affecting you today, but you haven't addressed it yet.
Kind of ignore it.
Kind of ignoring it.
Yeah.
And
oh, I'm good.
Yeah, like some shit happened, you ignore it, and you don't fully address it, and you don't fully like figure it out, and it kind of just sits on you. And I hope you guys could understand this. Like, I believe everyone goes through this at some point in their life, and they get to like a crossroads where you figure out like how to deal with it, or it just gets worse until you deal with it. And the thing is, like, there's so much that happened, and I'll just tell you guys about my experience in my life. In the last like year and a half, there've been a whole bunch of bullshit drama, a whole bunch of this and that on the internet, just in general, just on the internet. Like people just like to talk. People like to talk, like to either talk shit, whatever, right? And it's crazy because I can tell you without a doubt, the thing that got me to where I am today, and you guys would be like watching these videos or like any of the YouTube stuff or the Instagram stuff that I've done or whatever, right? You guys like, oh, he's done all this stuff and I was good at working out. You notice how I'm saying was. Because I haven't been working out that much lately. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm still working out, but not like I was 7 months ago. Not like I was a year ago, right? I let things consume my thought. Negative things. Things that, yeah, you guys might have been watching myself over the last few years and be like, no, but you've been positive. I have. I've been trying my best, but not good enough for me, right? So what I'm trying to tell you guys is shit's gonna happen in your life. Things are gonna happen. Negative things are gonna happen. People are gonna talk bad about you, whether it be on a big scale or a small scale, it doesn't matter, right? It's all about how you react to it. And I've known that, and I knew that. And the thing that I lost a lot, or the thing that I let myself get away from was the attitude that I had, and I wish someone had told me this. The attitude that you have, that first thought of like, I'm gonna fucking kill it. Like, no more games. Like, I'm doing this. I'm going for this. Like, everything that I want, I'm gonna have. And I believe I can have. I had the attitude 100% of the time. Even when like I would say 4 years ago, something terrible would happen, like I crashed my car or whatever, messed with my car, I would still have that attitude of like, okay, this happened, I don't even care. This is not gonna stop me or derail me or move me at all away from what I want. And that attitude is, again, why you guys in the first place ever cared about me. Why you guys in the first place ever cared about what I had to say or what I was doing or who I was. Because I had that attitude that everything I was doing, I was like, I want to be the best at this. I want to be amazing at this. And I want to be able to reach people, because there's moments in my life when I knew what it was like to not have anyone reach out and help. And there's moments when I, like I said, like you guys, if you follow my journey, you know I grew up without a father, and I walked across the graduation stage. Like, I got my first car. I had my first girlfriend. I did all that stuff without a father figure, and I had no real guidance, and I always wanted to give that guidance back, and that's my why today, and that's what drives me today. And I knew all of those things going forward. Maybe not as clear as I see them or know them now. So for you guys listening, like, you don't have to know everything exactly what it is, but you should have some sort of an idea. And you should make it clearer and clearer. And what happened to me along the way, in the last few years, not last year and a half, whatever, so maybe 2, I got caught up in a lot of negative shit, personally, and I let it consume my thoughts. And I'm telling you, this is what I wish I knew. I wish I knew better how to like shut it out. And only recently am I realizing a few things, and I'm gonna tell you, if you keep watching this video, the things that I learned, like shit, in the last week. like genuinely, that has helped me to like cut it out, okay? So I'm gonna get to that, but what I wanna talk about is this. If you gotta understand, guys, this shit might sound corny, it might sound weird, it might sound stupid, it might sound far-fetched, you might be like, whatever, bro, you're a hippie. If you are not able to dismiss and remove like negative shit and focus on the positive shit, and I know you probably heard this a million times before, but really understand what I'm trying to say. As simple as this. A kid came up to me in the gym the other day when we were at the, when we were at the seminar, and he goes, oh, I got a business class, I want to interview for my business class. Yeah, so like, can we set that up? I'm like, cool, here's my email. And then I asked him, I was like, well, what are you passionate about? And he's like, oh, I'm passionate about music. And he was so excited about telling me about music. And my first question was like, well, why are you doing a business class? And his oh, it's safe, it's, I want to have family be able to support him. And like, oh, that's a great reason. But he was like trying to be safe. And I think the thing that really hit me about that topic was like, when I was talking to him, he had a hat on that said always believe. He had a key on that said believe. So everything about him and the way he was talking about music and what he really wanted to do, what he was really passionate about, he was like, but it's not almost like it's unrealistic, it's too hard, it's too much competition, there's too many people doing it, so I'm not gonna do it. And I'm saying all this to tell you, like, fuck that. Like, the mentality that I had, the thing that I had, the thing that made me successful, why he even cared about interviewing me for a business class, like, I dropped out of college. I didn't finish college. Like, I got towards this, like owning the gym and being whatever social media thing, like, because I was like, I'm gonna do this and nothing was gonna stop me. No negativity, nothing bad, crashing my car, didn't care. This, like, I cared at the time, but I was so much quicker then to be like, that's not, I can't change that. I have to go forward. I have to be better. And along the way, I kind of got here, right? I got here and I was like, instead of focusing on that mentality of like, fuck it, I'm gonna be the best still. I'm gonna keep trying to be the best at everything that I do. Not that I'm better than the next person, but like my intention was like, I need to be the best version of me so I can keep being better and better and better and better. And that was 100% my goal, my focus. And then as I started to get here, and I'm gonna tell you guys the things that I learned, these are what's important that kind of helped me shift my focus, but I stopped planning. I stopped planning like what I was gonna do to become better. And I started to, instead of like not planning and not focusing on those things that I need to do to get better, I started focusing on the negative shit and the bad stuff that was happening in my life, like the bullshit people want to talk about, and people want to make up lies, people want to say this and that, and I started focusing on those things and like, well, the idea of losing, right? I kept focusing on the idea of losing, like, oh, I'm gonna lose a fan, I'm gonna lose a follower because someone said some nonsense about me, I'm gonna lose this, or I gotta pay these taxes, or I have to do, not that you're ever gonna get away from taxes, because you're not, right? There's a few things in life you're never gonna get away from, that's one of them. But I kept focusing on the negative things that I was dealing with, that I kept dealing with, even though I was going up in my life, in a sense, like I was achieving. I started to lose because I was focusing on the bad stuff, the things that I thought was, that I was like, oh, this is bad, this is negative. Instead of being like, okay, this is a part of life, let me be okay with it, and let me keep going with that same mentality that got me here in the first place, was like, I need to kill this because this matters to me. This is my why. Because as I'm going, I need to keep remembering why I'm starting it, why I started it, right? I need to keep remembering that I'm doing this because I want to be something for someone that I never had. I want to be something for a young man out there that feels like there's no fucking hope, or I can't do this, or some sense of like, this shit sucks and like, why me, right? I want to be able to like show light to that person and be like, fuck it, like lose that mentality. So all those things that drove me, that had me focused, I started to like, instead of thinking of those things, like right now, on the top of my mind, because that's the thing, like I said earlier, you have the top of your mind, you have the bottom, the subconscious, the thing that's like, you let kind of sit and you never address. The more you put here on the top of your mind, like your focus, your positivity, like the why you're doing it, the more it will keep sinking down and stay in your conscious, your subconscious. You'll be like, it will, instead of being like the negative shit sitting there on your day to day, when you're not actually thinking about it directly and kind of like messing with your head and making you feel like kind of like down or like sad or directionless, right? That's subconscious, those things that you may not even always realize that are like kind of eating away at you like in the back, the negative ones. You see what I'm saying? The negative thoughts that sit there. But if you're constantly trying your best to think about the positive things on the top, because you can control that much more easily. Like, you're like, I'm thinking about drinking this, right? I'm thinking about doing this. Like, I'm thinking about, I want to be great. Like, I'm telling you guys right now, I want to be great. I want to be great, right? Saying, it sounds silly. You guys might be like, you sound like a fucking crazy person, but sitting here, me telling Kevin, like, yo, I want to be great. Instead of me telling Kevin, yo, man, this shit fucking sucks, and this is happening, and I feel bad about this, and I should have done this. And me doing that, like consciously, I'm telling him that, or I'm telling you that, you're telling someone that, you're saying those words like it's happening now. I want to be great, right? I want to be great. I'm going to tell Kevin that. Instead of the other dialogue. Because that's what the more and more you do it, the more and more you feed it, it sinks down and it sits there. And it changes direction of like where you're going. And if it's negative shit, you're going to go in a negative direction. And I lost sight of that. I lost, like, for a moment in my life, I lost sight of that. I lost sight of, like, how do I keep on my path of good? You know, you guys always ask me, how do you stay motivated? And what I'm saying, that's how you truly do it. You think about all the things that are positive, the things that matter to you, the things like why you started it, what is the thing that pushed you initially? Instead of like, oh, here's all the nonsense I got to deal with now, and then let me sit on the top of my leg, like things I'm saying, and then it's gonna sit here. Even when I'm not talking about it, it's still like here. It's still here. It's still here. It's not, and then I'm not doing enough positive to bring this here, so that's my constant. So it kind of sounds weird and like, I don't know, but I swear, man, planning, like structure. These are things that I've been stressing out about for like the last few years. So you know what I did? I say, you know what? I used to write all my shit on my phone, and I realized like I do everything on my phone. So at some point in the day, I just avoid it.
You need balance.
I avoid it. So I was like, okay, let me get a good old piece of paper and pen, like this right here. I'm not wrote this. I do this shit.
What is that?
It's me. Look, I got a hat on. See my strong beard?
I don't know, bro.
The calves are pretty. They're like undersized though. Should have been bigger.
The head's too big.
Yeah. Anyways, I started writing things out on a piece of paper and a notepad again. It's like what my goals are, what my direction is, what am I gonna do? Like, okay, I have this goal. What are the things I'm gonna do to achieve that goal? And it might sound silly to you guys, like, yeah, I've heard that, but I'm telling you, that's so damn important. And just straight up realizing where you're at. Instead of trying to like tell people like where you're at, like because you know that's what they want to hear, right? Straight up just saying where you're at, like, and then understanding it. But remember, I wish someone told me this. Remember every single fucking word you say. And that's actually why I brought up the kid before. The kid with the music. Sorry, I got kind of sidetracked. Everything you say has an effect on you. Everything you say. The kid I was talking about with the music thing, the business thing, one of the things he said to me that was really significant was he kept saying like, oh, it's hard. Or this is hard. It's hard. Like, and I noticed I can be like, oh shit, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That is the thing that I'm talking about. The more that, it might sound crazy guys, but stop fucking saying that. Like, just stop. Stop. Instead, like, if you find yourself, it's hard, be like, that's easy. That's easy. That's easy. That's easy. That's why I say shit all the time. That's easy. Because that's I mean, even if you don't believe it right away, if you constantly repeat that to yourself, eventually it's gonna either make things more easy, or you're gonna start to believe it. Like, again, guys, I'm not saying it's some like crazy fairy tale shit, but I sincerely believe this. I sincerely believe that the things that you say affect you, right? And that's so important to stop saying it's hard. Or if someone asks you how you're doing, I'm tired. Like, I do that shit all the time. I'm tired. I'm tired. Next thing you know, every day I'm fucking tired. Period.
All the time.
I'm always fucking tired.
Remember?
Huh?
Remember the ankle thing?
Yeah. Oh, romantic.
Oh, bro, I can't.
And then I would fuck my ankle up.
Exactly.
Like, I'm telling you guys some weird, crazy, scientifical, like, philosophical, logical shit. But the words, the things that you say, all have an effect on you. Because for you to say some words, like what I'm saying right now, I have to think about that shit first. Like, for me to go like this, I thought about it like seconds before it happened, right? So everything you say, you thought about it. You put it in your brain, you thought about it, you thought about it, you thought about it, and then you said it. You thought about it, you said it. So it's not like you say it, then you think about it. You thought about it, then you said it, right? Because for you to move your mouth and motor function, all that shit, like, you have to think about that. And the words you want to say based on whatever your language is, and all this, and obviously language is crazy as hell to me, but you thought about it. The more you think about some negative shit,
and say it too.
And say it, the more it's gonna be real. Don't let it be real. And that's what I did. I lost like the understanding of that, because I was like, I got to a point I was like, whoa, what do I do? And I lost my direction. I lost my planning, which is why that's something I'm saying you guys need to start doing. And then I started just almost feel like I was floating, in a sense, like floating along. Yeah, things were getting good, things are still getting good, but I wasn't like, this is what it is. I allowed other outside things consume my thoughts. And you guys have to stop. And I realize, I guess I'm just kind of person that like, that really affects me. You guys might be different, but I guarantee it, if you put everything and you looked at it, and you looked at your life and you like the conversation you had day in, day out, you'd be able to pinpoint like, damn, I gotta stop saying that. I gotta stop doing this. And if you start making those little changes, it's not gonna happen all at once, but once you start doing it, it's gonna make you better. Things that you say, I promise, man, is so important. Because you're telling it to yourself, you're believing it, like you're saying it, you're making it real. So I'm not saying like, yo, unicorns are real, unicorns are real, unicorns are real, and a fucking unicorn's gonna appear. It's not true, right? That's far-fetched. Unless like, I drew a unicorn, then it was real. The point is, guys, don't let your thoughts and your everyday like monologuing, like your brain, lend to negative shit. Because you're just gonna keep bringing more negative shit in your life. Lend it towards positive things, towards focus, towards structure, towards like you moving towards whatever your goal is. For why it really matters to you. And don't lose sight of that. Don't lose touch of that, in a sense. Like, and that's it. It's just so damn important. And I realize it, and I guess I'm here to tell you guys, like, I'm happy that I'm here, and I'm grateful that you guys listen. I'm grateful that you guys are even beyond the camera on YouTube, despite the fact that no one gets post notifications anymore. It's fine. You guys are here, you actually watch this video. I appreciate you, and that's it. I love you guys. Make sure you subscribe, turn on the notifications so you get them. I'm working on an app.
Hey, keep going.
Did it cut?
Yeah, it's
okay,
good.
It's all good. So I'm working on an app so that I could control notifications. So that'll be coming out soon.
What's it be called?
It's gonna be, I don't know, like a BMFIT app. Might have a zoo culture one too.
Sure.
And then click the link below if you guys want to start watching Culture Cast, which is the video version, because we got to see these cameras. We got these cameras set up. Video version of the podcast. Look at all this shit in here. Look at all this shit. Crazy. So on the podcast, yeah, it's curved, baby. It's fancy. On the podcast, we just talk about a lot of just like real shit, just like life. Like it's a different vibe or feel than what you might get from this YouTube. So I suggest you go check it out. We got guests, like cool shit, cool people. A lot coming, so subscribe to that. Click the link below. And that's it. I love you guys. I appreciate the support. Let me know what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of, and that's it. I just hope you guys decide to do one thing, at least one thing that I mentioned, whether it be like stop the negative commentary in your brain. Actually, you should do both. Do both. Do that and start writing down your goals. Start writing down what matters to you. Start writing down like where you want to go and how you're going to get there. Not just like, yo, I want to be a millionaire. How? What are you going to do? What are you good at? What do you want to be good at? What matters to you? Why does it matter to you? And I think that's one of the most important things too, is like, it's not enough to just say like why, you know, your why being like, oh, because I care. Or why do you care? Oh, because I really care. Why do you really care? Like, think about it.
It's gotta be specific.
It's gotta be specific. Like I can say this, like I told you guys in the video. But why I do what I do is because I grew up without a father, and because I knew what it was like to go throughout my life in moments that were significant to me, like graduation, getting a car, having my first time when I fucked, you know, all these things with girls and experiences or whatever, where I'm like, I have no, you know, I can't be like, yeah, right on, you know, to my dad. And it's the idea of like, why me? I always had that thought. So I was like, damn, I want to give back what I didn't have. That's my why. It's because it matters to me to be like, I want to be a symbol of hope or a symbol of like strength for a young man that feels like they're kind of lost because maybe they didn't grow up without a father, or they didn't have that connection, or they whatever, right? So that's why I do what I do, because that matters to me, because I knew what it felt like. That's my why, because I care about helping other people in that sense. And figure that out for you guys, for yourself, not for you guys, but for yourself. Figure out what your why is, why you're doing it, what your goal is, whatever it is. That's super important. Those three things, like, you can't be beat. Have a plan. Figure out, make sure you're like, your plan is in sync with like the constant dialogue you're telling yourself, and then why is that plan and why is that goal important to you? And those three things, it just takes time. Everything beyond that is just time. And understanding that you're not gonna be perfect at it. Like, look at me. Yeah, I'm here and I got this cool stuff, but like, I'm still sitting here confessing to you guys that I'm not perfect at that. I'm still trying to get better. I just told you guys I fucked up the last year and a half, and I felt like I was going like this. And now I'm like, okay, let me reevaluate. And that's a part of the game too. So understand that like, it's not gonna be perfect, but if you don't have those things, you're constantly gonna be like, what am I doing to get there? So figure it out. I love you guys. That was a weird sign out. We had like a sign out, then like a thing, and then a sign out.
But
well, if you guys made it here, then you already know I love you, so I'm out.